Even if only one of the 20-odd rockets hit their mark, it would flash freeze whatever part of his body it struck. Then again, since when did Leviathan have any luck? I feel like you're trying to make me more sympathetic to the old you. You would think that, but remember that this is a time when your parents and I, as well as everyone else in the Resistance army, were bitter enemies. With all the victories they've gotten since you're just covering your father, even the minor ones, the other Jers and I started to feel like there was some kind of force keeping us from bringing the army down. My younger brother and our leader, Hidden Phantom, thought it was because the Pantheon soldiers we were using were undisciplined and tried to convince copyacts that programming improvements needed to be made. The rest of us thought it was sheer dumb luck. As it would turn out over the next few years, we weren't lucky about being incredibly unlucky. We weren't wrong about being incredibly unlucky. Roger that. Stand by to transport to Resistance base. Hearing the rockets as they closed in on him, Zero quickly deactivated his Z-Saber and drew a buster frame from his back. He set the hilt of a sword into the frame, activating the buster pistol. He fired the micro-rockets, destroying as many of them as possible before they could reach him. Negative. I'm being pursued by Fire Leviathan. Requesting transfer to nearby ground level. Zero! Where before he was communicating with one of the operators. Zero was sure the news transmission came from CL. Yes, aboard now! No, I'm taking her down now, before she has a chance to track the transmission frequency. She could do that just by making a jump from water to land. If we bring you back, our units can back you up. Despite how quickly he was shooting them down, many of the micro-rockets came within striking distance. He kicked to the water as quickly as he could, tricking several other rockets. If I take her down now, then even if she does misuse tracking signal, she won't be able to do anything with the frequency. Let's stop arguing with me and do it. A couple of rockets found their mark, exploding and freezing a hand, a hip, and a foot. The first of the impacts caused him to cry out, his agony muffled by the cold water. The communication line set sound for several seconds. Seconds that Seal was likely thinking the decision over and over. Seal would have been sure about the idea if he weren't struggling with making an underwater escape. Request granted. Stand by for transmission. Seconds later, Seal felt his body, minus the parts that were frozen, starting to give into a familiar tingling. Multicolored lights flashed before his eyes, and, before he knew it, he was landing heavily on his back, meters away from the sea's edge, near where he had first jumped in. He struggled to get to his feet, a task made harder with one such foot encased in ice. He wasn't sure how long he had to ready himself, but he was fairly certain he wouldn't have the time to get the ice off of his body. It would take far too long for the ice to melt, and he couldn't risk the potential damage he could inflict on himself by trying to knock off or even chip away at it. Mere moments after Zero was able to stand himself up, the water erupted to a giant pillar. Droplets rained down on the area around him as a familiar blue shape launched itself on the top. Leviathan dropped down onto the ground, her frost javelin clutched tightly in her hand. The water tower sank back into the sea as the blue replica was staring herself with a devilish smirk on her face. I see where you're getting at here, Red, she said, seeing her spirit circles around her. Wait, I thought you didn't believe that about not running away. His face shrugged. I was speaking about at the time. She brought her weapon to bear, settling herself into a fighting stance. Fine then, let's finish this. She ejected his Z-Saber hilt from the buster frame. With one hand frozen, he had no choice but to let the frame fall to the ground and kick out the way once it landed. He stood silently, watching his opponent watch him. The two warriors eyed each other carefully, waiting to see which of them would make the first move. The fact that Seal was far less mobile than Leviathan, thanks to her frost rockets, helped the pair decide who would act first. Leviathan sprang forward, the tip of her spear facing her opponent. Seal brought his sword in front of him with his free hand, creating a defense against attack. The weapons clashed as two came together, and the fight was on.